What up, blessed team? How y'all doing today? I hope all is well, but most importantly, you are having a very productive day, right? Now, this is what I'm gonna tell you today. This is going to be the best episode you probably listened to me from the podcast. That's because there's been a transformation, and you will notice that throughout the whole entire episode if you already haven't picked up on that, right? Now, if this is your first time coming across this, I can guarantee you this is going to be the best self-improvement or self-development podcast episode you've ever listened to. And again, you'll find that out in a second here, right? So what was happening to me is that I was going through all my podcast episodes and I was wondering, like, why are people not engaging with my content? Why are people not watching my videos? Like, what exactly is going on? Why are they not commenting? Like, I feel like I'm giving a lot of value. So what is the big deal here? The consistent theme that I came to find out from all the episodes is that my personality was gone. Like, who wants to really listen to a 30-minute episode of a podcast? Like, I don't want to do that. Like, do you want to listen to an hour episode of a podcast and the personality is completely gone? Yeah, you can give all the value you want, but if I'm in my car and I'm listening to you and you sound like some robot and there's no human behind the person that's speaking, I don't care if you're a subject matter expert. I am not listening. I'm switching off and I'm going to the next person. And this is something you will notice with all my episodes if you go listen to them, which I hope you go listen to at least last episode because it tied in with today's episode. So please check it out, even though I might sound like a robot, but I believe there's still a lot of value there right now. Why am I actually deciding to do this right now? And why am I even talking about something like this? I believe if this is a personal or self-improvement channel, then it's okay to talk about this. And I've been pandering. Even when I went back to the Instagram videos and I went back to the TikTok videos, the shorts, like all these things, I'm catering. After 3 years of creating content, I'm still trying to please people and try to say the right things and 4 steps to do this. And like, I'm catering to make people happy. And I'm like, why not? Why can't you just be yourself? If it happens where you have to curse in the video, it's okay. I'm not the type of person that curse a lot anyway. So 99.9% of the time, I'm probably not cursing in my videos. But I was so concerned that I became so robotic in every one of my videos. And I realized when you are preparing for these episodes, when you're talking to your girlfriend, when I'm talking to my brother, I'm so casual and I'm comfortable about these topics that I'm well versed in, that I love so much. But once the camera gets on, it's like that's out of the window. And the common denominator, I promise you, you will notice in all the episodes is I have been trying to please people. Now, what is the lesson here, right? I want you all to know that no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what you're doing, it might take time for you to get to your destination. Like, I've been posting videos for 3 years, almost every day. And it took me that long to figure out what is the reason why people are not engaging with my content. You might ask, Sam, why didn't you check that before? I thought I did. But somehow it's like I kept doing it over and over, which means at a subconscious level, even though as confident as I think I am, I won't say that. I still worry about what people think. And this to me was so profound when I realized this 2 days ago as I was preparing and I was looking through the videos because I always like to go back and check some of the episodes. I'm like, wait, hold up. Why do you talk like that? Why do you sound like this over here? That's not how you talk. Right? Whenever you discussing these ideas and topics that you go to share on the podcast with your girlfriend, this is not how you come off. So why is this coming off this way? And again, the consistent theme that I realize is that I am catering to people. So I don't care what's going on in your life. Don't give up. Keep chasing. If we would have given up at episode 14, we would have never known this. Think about that. It took me 2 episodes and I arrived exactly where I am right now. I'm so much more happier just because I'm comfortable on camera now. Like, I can really talk and feel like there's a pressure for me to be grammatically correct. And I have to say everything on point and also trying so hard to rush through the episodes. And I'm like, dude, this is your damn camera in front of you in your room. This is your bedroom. And matter of fact, you're the one that's been going through all this process. You're the one that's been learning about training and exercising and getting in shape and helping people get in shape. You're the one that's been learning about communication, on camera presence. So why are you holding all that in? It's okay, Sam, to talk about some of your difficulties throughout the week, right? Which, by the way, now that we talking about that, one of the most difficult things I've experienced this whole entire week is that I'm kind of like dull. My energy is not the same. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel this way sometimes, where I feel like I don't want to work on anything at all. Like my high priority task, I don't want to do it. So what I'll do is that I'll procrastinate by starting with some of my low leverage tasks, clean the bedroom, doing things, and then I'll get to it later. I cannot really explain exactly why that is happening, but I notice it And it's funny how now that I'm even talking about it, if it was last week episode and if I did this during post, I'm cutting it all out. But this is not going to be cut out. This is going to be part of the episode. And if I do stumble a little bit, maybe I might cut a few things out, but 99.9% of the whole footage is coming out today. And I realized, Sam, if you can be yourself, that's what people connect to, right? Yes, it's great to be a subject matter expert. Incredible. But ultimately, if I'm going to sit down in my car and listen to you for freaking 30 minutes to 1 hour, you better not just give me value, but you also got to give me some sort of entertainment where I don't want to skip to the next podcast or skip to the next video or change. Like, no, I want to make sure that you are giving me information that's digestible, but also there is a damn freaking human, bro. There's a human behind the scenes, and the Sam that I see in my head, the person that I think I am, the person that I should translate on camera, like that person was lost. And I'm telling you right now, no matter how difficult anything you're going after is, no matter how hard it is for any skill set you're going after, do not give up. Keep going. I promise you one day you're going to get to exactly where I'm at, right? Okay. Damn, that was a long tangent, but I'm pretty sure that gives you a little bit of summary as to why I was saying this is going to be the best self-improvement or podcast episode, because I self-improved over an episode because I started paying more attention to what's going on and why people are really not engaging with my content. Now, don't make me look like a bad person. All right. Just like the video if you're on YouTube or whatever platform you're going to see this. Please support the content. Leave a comment below like, Sam, you really changed my life, man. Whatever it is. I don't know what this is going to do for you, but my hope is that it allows people to also come out of their show and say, damn, this guy, it took him 3 years. Like, he's been doing videos for that long and he just figured out. Yeah, I just figured it out. And I thought, why not be vulnerable about it if we are on a self-improvement channel? These are things that I thought if I share these things with you, people are going to judge me. And even if you do, I don't care, because I feel so much free now. I can express more. I can talk about things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis that I've learned from, and some of my challenges that I'm still working on, maybe even books. Before, I barely talk about it. I just wanted to dive straight into the topic. But bro, this is a damn freaking podcast. The whole idea of a podcast is less editing, right? Get the content to be engaging. Give people a reason why they should listen to you. Why do you matter? Why are you so different than any other self-improvement podcast platform out there? Why shouldn't they go listen to them? And I realized, bro, this is the mistake I've been making. All right. Anyway, for those of you that have been with me since episode 1, you know the drill. Please spend time with the people you love. And if you just joined the episode as well, I'm telling you, I know you love your phone so much, and we all love our phones, and it's hard for us to put the damn freaking phone down. But this is what I'm going to tell you. Please, please, and please again, your loved ones, mom, dad, uncles, acquaintances, people that genuinely care about you. It will not be me, and it will definitely not be your favorite content creator. If you think so, that's a lie. You need to spend time with these people, care about them. And if you cannot put the phone down for whatever reason, reach out, say hello. You know what's fascinating? When you actually call people you haven't called in a long time, they tend to really appreciate it. It means a lot to them. And so reach out, say hello. It's going to go a long way, right? Now, if this is your first time coming across my podcast and you're wondering, who the hell is this guy? Why is he talking all this nonsense? Like, why does he sound like he knows what he's... Because I do know what I'm talking about. All right. My name is Sam Arkoh. I was born and raised in Ghana. I've been in America for 13 years. I embarked on a personal growth journey about 7 years ago. I'm very proud of the man that I've become. And I'm most importantly very proud of the future that's coming up for us, right? I'm so excited, especially now that your boy is casual. You see how I can't stop talking about it? Because I'm like, damn, you couldn't just be yourself? Like, what was holding you back? You know, it's so easy to tell people to believe in themselves. It's so easy to tell people to be confident in themselves. And at the subconscious level, somehow, somewhere, your boy, I'm still worried about what people will say. Still worried so much about, what if I say something wrong? What if you say something wrong? You are damn freaking human, bro. And all of you out there, I want to tell you, it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay not to feel comfortable on camera the first time. It's okay not to feel like, you know, what if I don't know what to say next and they think I look stupid? It's okay to look stupid. But guess what? I get a chance to look back at this episode. If I didn't do it that great, I get a chance to revise and redo it again. If not, if I post it, I get a chance to adjust and get better. Anyway, let's get back to, for those of you that this is the first time coming across my podcast. My mission with this podcast is to inspire 1 billion people to become a better version of themselves through insightful conversations about fitness, nutrition, as well as personal growth advice, right? Now, when it comes to the overall fitness, we like to focus more on helping you lose weight, build muscle, And as far as nutrition is concerned, I like to help people have diversity in their nutrition. Like, I don't want you to try to eat 2 recipes for the rest of your life, get tired, and go back to the old ways you were doing things. No, I want to give you as many recipes as possible. That way, you actually can sustain your nutrition for a long haul. And on top of that, the reason I notice most people, which is something I came to find out when I started dating my girlfriend, is the reason why so many people actually cannot lose weight is because they are terrible at shopping for groceries. We talk about that a lot on here. I really want to show people that there are foods out there when you go to the grocery store that are healthy that you can buy and still enjoy the old way that you used to eat. We spend a lot of time talking about that, right? Now, in terms of the personal growth stuff, we focus more on very practical things, right? We're talking about habits and disciplines. Now, if you ask Sam, why do you choose habits and discipline? Because I truly believe this is the foundation for all success. So I spent a lot of time talking about practical things you can incorporate in your life, which is something you will notice every time you listen to one of my episodes. All right. So I want to say thank you so much for chiming in. And don't forget to go back and watch last week's episode, because like I said, this episode is tied in with last week's episode. And this one is going to be probably the most valuable episode I've ever done, because it's comfortable, it's casual, it's Sam. It's not me trying to be grammatically correct. I'm not trying to be a damn robot. I'm talking to the camera like I'm actually having a conversation with a friend. And I was like, why weren't you doing that before? You'll be surprised how much we care so much about what people think. Anyway, let's dive straight into today's topic. All right. Let's jump into the first point as it relates to this topic. Once you find your passion. And I want to tell you something. I am so disappointed right now. Like, I recorded the whole entire episode and then I look back and the audio is messed up for whatever reason. But hey, nothing changes. We're still going to execute. All right. Anyway, the first point that I need you to really pay close attention to, which I think is vital once you figure out your passion, and that is become very strategic. You must become very strategic. What do I mean by this? You need to figure out what are some of the skill sets that I need to acquire, because just because you found your passion does not mean you're going to find a profession, or it does not mean you're going to find a career that's going to be fulfilling. You need to really figure out the things you need to acquire on the way for you to manifest your natural gifts and your talents. All right. So one of the things that I decided to do once I figured out what my passion was as it relates to video was making sure that I learned about cameras, right? Because I had no idea how to use the cameras. I knew nothing about video editing. I knew nothing about filmmaking. I absolutely knew nothing about photography, how to make thumbnails. So I had to start somewhere. And now that I'm talking about it, I do remember my first ever video editing app was iMovie. And that was on the phone, not even on the computer. It's probably one of the most atrocious things I ever used. So just like that as well, for everyone out there, you got to take the time and take as much time as you can. When it comes to your strategy, this is how you're going to execute your plan to get to the outcomes that you want. And so you really got to think deeply about this. Who are the people I need to seek? Who are the people I need to find? How much time can I dedicate every day to polish some of these skill sets? And you got to write all of these down, man. You cannot guess that you are getting better. You cannot guess that you are taking the actions that's necessary to get you where you are trying to be. This is something that's not going to happen overnight. And so when you are thinking about your strategy, you really, really got to be cognizant of everything that you need to do on the way to get you where you are trying to go. All right. So now that we've taken the time to figure out exactly what we need to do in terms of strategy, the next thing, which is the most important one, is discipline. Now, let me tell you something. If you're not disciplined, you cannot get your outcomes that you want, especially when it comes to a person that wants to find a career path or a person that want to be successful in a particular profession. You need to have disciplines, routines, habits, and you got to be consistent, right? Now, how do we execute this plan exactly? So one of the things I tell people all the time is make sure that you have calendars and you have commitment devices, aka alarms and reminders, right? You got to schedule yourself. And let me just clarify this right away. Alarms are not prison. Your alarms are not going to hold you back. Your calendars are not going to hold you back. Your schedules are not going to hold you back. They don't restrict you from your freedom. It is your phone. These are tools for you. You get to use the phone. The phone don't use you. Do not allow your phone to use you. Be smart. Set up the calendars. And one of the things I like to do is on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I take a moment and write down everything I would like to do for the upcoming week. Especially now that you are very strategic about what you need to do, the best thing you can do for yourself is by writing things down. Okay, from 3:30 to 4:30, I'm going to the gym. All right, from 5:30 to 7:30, I'm working on this project. From 8:30 to 9:30 p.m., I'm actually working on my newsletter. This is something that I promise you must do if you want to get the outcomes that you want. If you want to build that skill set, if you're not consistently showing up, right, learning about that skill set, how are you supposed to get better? I had to come to realize, okay, Sam, if you want your videos to get better in terms of editing, then you got to commit at least 20, 30 minutes every day learning something about editing. It didn't have to be anything massive. It could be something small as learning about how to color grade. This applies to any aspect of life. It doesn't even just apply to creating content, but whatever skill set you want to develop, you got to become super disciplined and consistent. It does not mean you need to work 24 hours on a particular skill set. That's not what I'm saying. When I mean by become super disciplined, I'm just saying become more mindful and pay attention to what you are doing every day. Schedule yourself to make things a lot easier and have alarms to remind you to do what is necessary to get the outcomes you want. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of people get mad because my alarms goes off all the time, but I don't care because it helps me stay focused. Like, I know myself, and I hope you know yourself. There are a lot of times if the alarms never came on, I got distracted watching some videos, trying to respond to some emails. My schedules and my alarms really keeps me focused. It keeps me very sharp doing the things that I need to do. I'm actually going to talk about this in the future, how like you can still procrastinate without even knowing you're procrastinating, right? Because sometimes if I don't have my alarms, I will extend the time that I'm supposed to work on a particular task or activity. And obviously I'm thinking I'm being productive, but that's procrastination because you are avoiding something else you need to work on. But again, that's for another day. We'll talk about it later. But I hope you're enjoying the episode so far, man. I don't know what to say, but this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm more comfortable today. I'm more in my bag today. And we can take a sip of water and not feel like we're ruining the whole episodes. But most importantly, if I did this last episode and it was post, I'm cutting this out. This time, we're not cutting it out because why not? We can't have water in the episode. You know, it's fascinating. I'm still so perplexed because how do you go for 3 years and not be able to see this? That actually shows how much our IRS will not see the things that you're not paying attention to. And if you don't know what IRS is the reticular activating system, right? If you're not paying attention to something, you could be holding the thing and still not even notice it was there. In 3 years, I didn't realize that, hey, Sam, you could be more of yourself. You can get comfortable, right? It's okay to move the mic if it's not close to you. It's not the end of the world. And people know that you are human at the end of the day. And so no matter how great you are as a subject matter expertise, it's okay. You can drink water. And if you make a mistake, you can always edit, post. But what you don't want to do is become that type of individual that sit on camera. These are the phone stamps and these are the 5 ways to do this. And like, anyway, I'm not trying to listen to that nonsense anymore. It gets on my nerves. So anyway, that's for the number 2. Let's go to number 3, which I think is paramount. It's more important than all the 2 that I talked about. Should I say that? Not necessarily, but I think it's one of the most important ones. And that is to join groups. You have to find a way to join groups that are doing the same thing you're doing, right? Because if you found your passion, in most cases, the people around you are not going to be doing the same thing, which is true. That was true for me, and I'm pretty sure it's true for a lot of you out there. You're going to notice that you will feel like an outcast, but you won't feel that way if you are around people, whether it's on Facebook, or on Instagram, or YouTube, or Sam Arkoh Podcast. If you're listening to things like this all the time, you're going to be feeling like you're part of a community, right? Because a lot of people that are going to listen to videos like the things that I do or podcast episodes like this are on their own personal evolution, which is actually why this is so cool to talk about how long it took me to get to this point, right? So like, I want you to understand that. So if you put yourself in that place, not only are they going to hold you accountable, but what's going to happen is you're going to attain a lot of insights. Some of those people are going to be on the same trajectory, and some people are going to be better than you. And then they're going to teach you some of the things you can put in place so that way you can develop your own skill sets and become the best version of yourself. All right. Let me tell you, groups, communities that promote personal development, personal growth, or whatever you are trying to do is going to be paramount. I don't care whatever your passion is that you're going after, find individuals that are on the same trajectory. It saves you so much time. You don't make as much mistakes. You're able to network with so many people that possibly could help you in terms of business or some other things as well. Now, again, these are things that help me a lot. And that is why I'm giving it right back to you guys. And if you find a way to become strategic, you become as disciplined and consistent as you can, join some of these groups that talk about the things that you are trying to go after, gain a lot of insights, learn about procedures and systems that you can implement into your own life to get you where you are trying to go. I promise you this, you're going to go so far. You're definitely going to go so far. All right. Anyway, let's dive into the last one on the list. Now, before I talk about it, that's what I'm going to say. If there is one single thing that has been so profound that really gave me a paradigm shift, it's evaluating every single day. Now, today I want to talk about 2 evaluation systems, right? So this is the 4th one. You need to have an evaluation system. The first one is you need to evaluate twice a day. I stole this from Ed Milet. So shout out to you, Ed Milet. You need to evaluate in the afternoon, which I like to do all the time. Again, commitment devices, set alarms to remind you to do that. The whole point of that alarm is to remind you that, are you actually staying focused? The actions that you've taken so far, are they getting you closer to the daily outcome that you want at the end of the day? And then at the end of the night, when you evaluate, it gives you an opportunity to reflect and say, okay, this is where we are right now. What are some of the actions that we took that were inefficient? How can we become more effective? And then you make the right adjustment. But the last one is what I call the pullback, right? And the pullback is basically a zoom out on the weekends to reflect on all the actions that you took the whole week. Are they actually getting you closer to your monthly objectives? Are they getting you closer to your yearly objectives? And if they're not, make those big changes. All right. This is so important, right? Don't become one of those people, which I was, that evaluate only once a year, because then you will miss out on so many things you could have corrected. For some reason, I've recorded these episodes like 3 times. And every time I go back to the audio, it probably has something to do with my adapter. But hey, we are in our bag right now. We comfortable and I'm not worried about a lot of things. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to record it again. It's okay. But this is the last take. And I believe we fixed everything right now. So let's get it done. And so today, the quote of the week, which is probably one of my favorite quote of the week ever, is by Harriet Tubman. Now, this is the one you got to put in your bag. All right. If you didn't listen to anything I've said so far up to this point, this is one of those that I always say. The quote of the week actually summarized everything we talked about. So today's quote of the week is by Harriet Tubman. It goes like this. Always remember. She didn't say sometimes. She said, always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. God damn. That's different. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. I need you to remember something, okay? No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what struggles you're dealing with, you'll be surprised some of the things I'm dealing with. I'm pretty sure I'll be surprised some of the things you're dealing with. But let me tell you something. You have the strength within you. You have the passion to pursue your dreams. You know, it took me a long time to be able to start making content. 2 years wondering about what people are going to say. And even after doing videos for 3 years, still subconsciously, without even knowing, caring about what people are going to say. But I never allowed that to discourage me. I don't want that to discourage you. You might have to raise 5 kids, take care of a husband, go to school. But I want you to remember, even after doing all that work, you might think, I don't have the energy, I don't have the strength, I'm not as confident. But Sam, what if I don't know what to say? I don't know what to do. I really want to take the first step. You know, I get motivated when I listen to podcasts like this, and I really want to do the right thing. But when the time comes for me, I don't want to do it. Let me tell you something. I did my first ever video nervous, shivering. I still did it. It took me 3 days before I posted it, but I still did it. And that's what I want people to know. Whatever you want to start in your life, you have the strength, you have the patience, you have the passion to not just reach for the stars, but you can change the world. You can make a difference. Before I get out of here, I want to leave something with you. You have an idea. You have a perspective. You have something special. It's inside of you. I know it is because I came from a village where it's not even on the world map. That's how bad it was. If I'm here and if I'm on camera giving you ideas and things that have really transformed my life that I hope will make a difference in your life, you can do the same. It doesn't have to be necessarily this. Some of you are born to work at the bank, become freaking CEOs of companies. Some of you have the talent, skills of leadership. It's built inside of you. You got to explore that. And if you don't know, sometimes you got to ask your parents, your grandmas, what was grandpa like? We all have things inside of us that's beyond measure. Trust me. As I go through this evolution, I discover things about me that I'm always shocked. And I'm like, damn, Sam. I mean, I thought I had a decent idea of who I am, but I'm always shocking myself. And that's the beauty in personal evolution. So don't stop. Don't doubt yourself. You were created by the Creator. If you believe in God, or if you came from the universe is creative. It's full of expression. And so today, your boy, I was expressing. And I didn't care what people were going to think of anything I said today. I wasn't too worried about what the opinions are going to be. I wasn't worried about what people might comment. Bro, you changed, man. You used to be more cooler, but now you're trying to be. No, I'm not trying to be just like anybody. I'm just trying to be Sam. Okay. And what I was really doing is catering. Okay. I was trying to make people happy. And I'm like, what about you? Like, I want to make me comfortable. I want to make me enjoy these episodes like I enjoy it when I'm preparing for these episodes. So put yourself out there. Go after that passion. That thing that you've been thinking about for a long time. I know you have the capability to do it. You're like, Sam, but I don't believe in myself. You start with disciplines. If you really want to take your passion to a whole new level, you got to be strategic. You have to be consistent with your daily actions. And if there is one thing I want you to take with you, please schedule yourself. Have calendars and alarms. On the weekends, write 2 to 3 things every day that is a must do. Something that if you do every single day, you know is going to get you closer to the outcome that you ultimately desire. And I'm telling you right now, if you find a way to join some of these groups, which are very, very helpful, a lot of them are free. You don't have to pay for it. It's on Facebook. You search them up. Whatever field you're trying to go in, you're going to find a lot of them out there. And you're going to learn something. That's what this is all about. You expose yourself to different ways of thinking. And then maybe you might have to question some of your own beliefs, and that's okay. You get to learn from that so you can get better. I honestly hope you learned a lot today, right? And I hope this episode was as good as I thought it will be. But most importantly, you learned something about personal improvement, that it takes time, that as long as it took me to get to this point, it might even take you longer to get to wherever you're trying to go. But that is the beauty of life. We all get second chances, third chances, fourth chances to correct things that we did that was wrong. As Harriet Tubman said, you need to always remember that you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars. Never forget that. All right. Don't forget to share the episode with somebody. And for those of you that listen to these episodes and don't share with anybody, I don't know why, but share the episode with someone, a friend, a family member, somebody that you care about, that somebody that might even be struggling to figure out their passion. Or if they figured out what their passion was, what are the next steps they need to take? I just gave you some 4 strong, powerful guidelines that will really help you figure that out. Share it with someone that could use this. Thank you so much for stopping by, and apply the things that we actually talk about today. That's how you get the real value. Stay blessed, but most importantly, stay out of trouble. All right. I'm going to catch y'all next Thursday. Oh, before I get out of here, I'm going to tell you this. Don't just go into the upcoming week without planning. You got to plan. All right. Write some stuff down. Notepad, notebooks. Write some things down. When you write some things down that's meaningful to you, that's valuable, and you actually take actions on them, trust me, like it makes you feel a lot better. Whether you want to lose weight, you're like, okay, I want to go to the gym at 2:30. Just show up. Even if it's for 5 minutes, it's better than nothing. Maybe it's about you drinking more water. Drink some water. It's going to help. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Yo, stay blessed. I hope you enjoyed it. Whether you're listening to this episode in the car, at home, in the bathroom, I don't know where you're listening to this at. I listen to my podcast anywhere. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. But most importantly, I hope it was valuable. And I hope to see you next episode. All right. I'm going to catch y'all later.